Hey, this is Mark at the Motor City Comic Con. I'm here with legendary actor Barry Bostwick. You might recognize the guy from maybe a couple movies like Rocky Horror Picture Show, Megaforce, the show Spin City, and his Tony Award nominated performances of Grease.
Grease, that's right. I created the part of Danny Zuko in Grease back in the 70s. Yeah, you are very energetic. I like that.
Thank you very much, sir.
For a Sunday, you have still all this, hi, I'm Barry Bostwick. But you're not saying that.
It's neuro gum I'm chewing.
Is it really? Well, keep doing it. It's working.
Tell me, how did you get started in acting?
Oh, wow, that's a long, hard question. It was all about women. You know, I mean, a lot of actors say, well, you know, I started doing theater and plays and musicals because that's where all the cute women were. And in my instance, it's the same thing. My high school girlfriend was a dancer, and so I started doing dance recitals with her. And then I was singing in a little folk group, and then I went to college, got a BFA in acting, and I went to NYU for my master's and started doing Broadway theater. So it's a very sort of boom, boom, boom. You know, it's very conservative way to get into show business. There was nothing that was lightning in a bottle kind of thing, you know.
Okay, and all that after that led you to the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Did you ever think that'd become what it became?
What, that I'd be here talking to you 49 years later, talking about no. Well, no. Rocky Horror Picture Show was a real one-off. It was a very low-budget movie about subjects that were sort of edgy for the time, I think, and it wasn't successful until it went on the midnight circuit, and the fans discovered it and made it their own. Now we, as a cast, are hardly all we do. If we go out, we introduce the movie and say, "Okay, take it away," because the fans, they throw things, yell things. I mean, you know what they do. I mean, it's something that's never happened in the entertainment industry ever before, and probably will never be reproduced, because people have tried to say, well, let's make another Rocky Horror Picture Show and get the audience involved. Well, the audience got involved because they wanted to show off. They wanted to stand up. They wanted to come up with witty lines. They wanted to throw stuff that they thought of that they could bring to the theater that related to something in the movie, you know, and so nobody's ever been able to reproduce it. So 49 years later, we're talking about it. I'm selling my underwear here, you know, and I couldn't be happier.
Did you enjoy getting together with the cast for cast reunions for the show?
Oh yeah, sure. We didn't get to know each other too well way back when, because we shot it in 5 weeks, and it was very, very short situation. But since then, we've done conventions and things together, and we've gotten to know each other pretty darn well, you know. And Meatloaf, and we used to go out and do conventions, and the two girls, Pat and Nell, and Susan now are doing conventions, and Tim, when he was better and weller and was more able to travel, he would do them with us, and the fans, we're on our third generation of Rocky Horror fans. It's amazing, and we encourage them to see. It's really. It's not just a movie, it's a movement, I think. You know, it's a movement towards acceptance of our differences and maybe exploring your authentic selves. And it's something that not only from a theatrical standpoint is it different and unique, but I think politically and socially it's said an awful lot.
Now, one of the first things I ever saw you in, because I'm from that Generation X time frame, but Megaforce. Tell us a little bit about that experience and what it's become in terms of a cult movie status.
Well, yeah, it's really picking up steam over the years, this Megaforce. We're making a documentary called Making Megaforce, and it'll be out within months. We like to call it's the documentary nobody was asking for, because Megaforce, again, wasn't a big hit. It just become like this cult movie. and but it was like one of the first G.I. Joe type films, and Hal Needham directed it, and a big stunt director.
Cannonball Run.
Oh yeah. No, we loved him too, and he was really on top of it in terms of the all the hardware, you know.
As a kid, it was always referred to as the flying motorcycle movies.
Yeah. That was my idea. I think they couldn't figure out how to get me in the back of that plane, and I said to them one day, "Oh, just put wings on the motorcycle and I'll fly in," and that's what we did. The movie was written in the car going to the set every day. I mean, that's in terms of the actual dialogue. I mean, he knew what he was doing with all the hardware, but
improvisation.
well, yeah, in terms of the lines, yeah.
Tell us, how did you land the role in Spin City?
I auditioned for it like 100 other guys my size. You know, I was just fortunate that Mike wasn't intimidated by the fact that I'm 6'4" and he's 5'1", and we used it.
He's used to that though, being around taller people.
Yeah, but also we used it so well for the comedy of the show, right? And Mike, being the executive producer of it, he had the final say on everything, every casting, and that was part of the brilliance, I think, of that show, is that he cast it perfectly.
It was a shame when he had to leave.
Oh yeah, well, but he was smart enough to get Charlie and bring Charlie in, and then, you know, sort of sequence over to Charlie and to take over the reins, and still keep the core bench of actors who could support Charlie and support the storylines. There's just one of those casts of people that you could throw the A story to anybody in that office, and they could carry it and take it over and make it work. And Charlie fit perfectly into that environment, I think.
I want to ask you, how is the show going for you this weekend?
Oh, it's going well. We've had a good show this weekend.
I know this is not your first time to the Detroit area, because you worked on a movie called Home Run Derby here in the Milford area.
Oh, that was in Milford, right? Yeah, Home Run Derby. Oh, that's right.
And it was also in Taylor, also.
Oh, was it?
Yes, they shot
I don't remember.
The Little League park scene in the town right by the airport.
Oh, yeah. That was a good movie. I mean, you know, it was a family movie, and it was Superman played my son.
Matthew Lillard.
And Matthew Lillard played I had two sons, and I was the. That was when I. Yeah, that's right, and that's when I realized how old I was. When all of a sudden Matthew Lillard was my son, and so was Superman.
Oh, they're just kids.
They're just kids. Yeah, right. No, it was great fun. It was great fun. And a couple of weeks ago, I was in East Lansing for a screening of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and next year's our 50th anniversary, and we'll be back.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Tell us, what you got coming down the pipeline?
I got a movie that's opening up on the 15th called Daruma, D-A-R-U-M-A. It's a really interesting film, and another film called Love. What the hell's the name of it? Danielle. Love Danielle, and Daruma. So look for them. They're going to be in theaters, and they'll also be, you know, on how everybody buys it, you know, in the streaming.
Mr. Bostwick, it was a pleasure speaking with you. We don't take up too much of your time.
Thank you very much.
And this is Mark, the Motor City Comic Con, with
Mark, Motor City Comic Con.
with Brad Majors.